Hi there, today we'll be looking at the character of Lady Macbeth. So, grab a pen, grab some paper, and if you've got a copy lying around, it might be worth having the play in front of you, and let's dive right in. Lady Macbeth's first appearance is quite unsettling. Reacting to Macbeth's correspondence about the witch's prophecies, we see a woman who is prepared to go to any lengths to see her husband crowned king. Thrilled by Macbeth's news, Lady Macbeth concludes that without her spirits to ignite his ambition, Macbeth's good nature will get in the way of his unlawful kingship. Lady Macbeth's willingness to associate herself with diabolical spirits, to unsex herself, to be filled with cruelty and to be utterly excluded from feelings of remorse makes for a chilling audience experience. When she learns that Duncan is staying the night at her castle, she leaps at the opportunity to murder him and seize the throne for Macbeth. She instructs Macbeth on how to behave, dismisses his qualms, and insists on taking over this night's great business. The audience watch Lady Macbeth welcome the gracious Duncan to her home in Act 1, Scene 6, where her behaviour exactly matches her advice to her husband to bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue, look like the innocent flower but be the serpent under it. When Macbeth emerges from his internal struggle and announces that we will proceed no further in this business, Lady Macbeth is disgusted. She proceeds to attack his masculinity and goads him into agreeing to go through with the murder. Although Lady Macbeth does not commit the murder of the king, claiming in soliloquy that she would have been perfectly capable of doing so had Duncan not resembled my father as he slept, she is just as guilty as Macbeth of regicide. She plans the murder, returns the bloody daggers to the chamber to implicate the grooms, and effectively stage manages the cover-up. Shocked to find Macbeth so traumatised by his deed, she urges him to bed, reassuring him ironically that a little water clears us of this deed. No sooner has Macbeth been crowned than Lady Macbeth's influence over him begins to wane. He turns away from her and plans his own further murders to try and ensure that the witch's prophecies about Banquo's line will not be fulfilled. Like her husband, Lady Macbeth finds little pleasure in the ill-gotten crown, and though she begs Macbeth to stop brooding about the murder, telling him what's done is done, she is not content. Lady Macbeth comes to Macbeth's rescue, once more in the banquet scene in Act 3, Scene 4, when she tries to make light of his terrified reaction to Banquo's ghost. As Macbeth comes to revealing his guilt, questioning his guests about their ability to look calmly on such sights while his cheeks are blanched with fear, Lady Macbeth takes control and dismisses the assembled nobles swiftly, blaming Macbeth's strange behaviour on an invented childhood infirmity and telling them to go. It is her last appearance in her right mind. Lady Macbeth appears sleepwalking in the first scene of Act 5. The audience see how Macbeth's deed in murdering Duncan has not only led to the murder of sleep for himself, but also for Lady Macbeth, who can get no rest as she relives the events of the night of the murder over and over again. Only in this scene does the audience begin to pity her, as she reveals that, despite her invocation to the spirits in Act 1, she is not immune from remorse after all. When Macbeth hears of her death later, he does not even have time to mourn her as he prepares to repel Malcolm's army. Lady Macbeth is associated with the themes of the supernatural, deceit, ambition, sleep, manhood, and womanhood. She is contrasted with Lady Macduff, who is shown to be a pattern of femininity and motherhood. Many of Lady Macbeth's earlier utterances turn out to be ironic, and she is also linked with the motif of blood. And that just about covers it for Lady Macbeth. So thank you very much for watching, and do be sure to check out some of the other videos that we put together on Macbeth to help with your revision.